De ce monde, où allons-nous? Simplement, et cette voix claire dans les jours, c'est pour les hommes traités de fautifs.
With one of these,
actually two.
with two of these,
We use our phones.
with technology.
Wow. Let's see. How did this start? How did we find ourselves in Cote d'Ivoire? I was contacted actually by the embassy there, the Abidjan embassy. She said last year there was a program that was supposed to take place in Morocco and it didn't happen. And there was an Amina from Chicago that they were considering bringing to Morocco. Would you by chance be that Amina? And I thought to myself, if I was not that Amina, I was going to be that Amina. So yeah. And she told me about this program that they were doing in Cote d'Ivoire. They wanted to have a cultural exchange. I was able to pick a couple artists to go with me. And so of course I picked, my partner in crime, Chris. And I found out there was a component of women empowerment. I thought, what better other person to take than Age 13 so that we can represent that female element. That's how we wound up in Cote d'Ivoire. I speak very little French. But she assured me that would be no problem. It was more important that we come there and bring our message about how we use hip-hop here in Chicago.
We gotta take a picture that way.
Welcome to Ivory Coast. Okay.
All the way from Chicago to Abidjan, the Ivory Coast, doing hip-hop. It's no better.
Keep it moving. Don't stop the music. Keep it moving. Don't stop the music.
Tripped out to wake up in another country, but wake up so peaceful.
I had the most sound sleep I've had in my life last night. I had to jerk myself away because I was like, this is too good to be true.
And I didn't know what to expect when I got out there. I didn't know what their crime rate was. I didn't know what the neighborhoods were like. I didn't know what the people were like. I didn't know who was going to speak any type of language to me. I just knew that, man, I'm waking up in Africa. A lot of people can't say that. A lot of people, but I was.
You don't know what to expect in this press conference. So follow us. Come along. World. Is I shaking too much?
No, you good. You good.
I was exhausted. I woke up like, where am I? Why am I here? This is it. Like Ann said, we really didn't know what to expect, but whatever it was, we were about to find out.
You want to say anything to the people back home?
Wish us luck.
There you go.
So our first destination on the tour was a town called Aboisseau, which was just a couple of hours outside of Abidjan. So this is our hotel. Chris and Ange 13.
Bonsoir.
And this is our hotel, Rochelle. Not Rochelle, Rochelle.
And then I'm going to walk you guys into our hotel hut suite room. This is ours, and Ange is down there. This is so awesome. And then we walk in. I've got the door open so you can see. This is the awesome part. You guys aren't going to see this as well as I'd like, but look at this ceiling.
Oh my God.
Have you ever seen anything like this?
Look at that architecture.
Alright, TTFN people, we'll see you back in a little bit.
We were able to rest for a little bit. We didn't have a whole lot of time, and then it was time for the first show.
It was like I was going on stage for the first time ever. No one knew who I was. It's not going to be any different from home. Let's see what the response is going to be.
I appreciate you, everyone.
So what about when the guy jumped on stage?
He came up on stage like he was part of the show. So I let him be part of the show, and he could. The energy he was giving off, I had to, catch him up in too, because when he started dancing, I started dancing. It just seemed like we had a routine. I was glad that he wasn't up there to do harm, because really, I've gone to a show where someone jumped on stage with a knife, and they were trying to get at the DJ, and I was in front of the DJ, so I'm like, wow, this ain't good. So to have him jump up there and start dancing, that was a big plus, because with hip hop, you usually bring the rough, rugged, and raw, and he was showing up.
It didn't really seem to matter. Like, they understood the beat, they felt our energy, and it didn't matter that they didn't understand.
And that's one thing I never even thought about. They're not going to understand one word I'm saying.
Oh, that's messed up, man.
Day 2.
Is it day 2?
Yesterday was the press conference, so day 2, I was supposed to do a workshop in about an hour.
Had a great show yesterday, 2-hour trip, 2 here from Abidjan, and I don't know, I need my coffee, so bye.
That's enough for me right now. I need to get myself together. I need some coffee.
I think this is the moment when it really hit me that we were 3 Chicago hip-hop artists in Cote d'Ivoire doing hip-hop. This was big. There weren't very many women. We don't know. We think there are a couple of different reasons. One of them, and it came up with Janet, was, we realized that there's not a lot of support for women in hip-hop in Ivory Coast, which, quite frankly, is the same. Not too much different here. It's not like the system is really designed to support women in hip-hop. And over there, it's a lot tougher.
Yeah. Welcome to Africa. We are all judges ready.
Merci à la Côte d'Ivoire. Allez, merci.
Our first stop was the radio station, Radio Ganyua, to have an informal meeting with artists. It turned out to be much more than that. As soon as we arrived, we were greeted by a whole bunch of MCs, and I don't know, one thing led to another. There was a beatbox, and all of a sudden, there was an instant cipher in front of the radio station.
Rien qui peut tuer mon père, à part mourir galère. La vie est un marathon, je suis dedans mais je suis pas à l'aise. Le sucre est long, mais il y en a qui prennent des raccourcis. La joie ne sourit pas, mais pour elle, il y a plein de jolis visages. Fumer redonne l'espoir, donc je la dégage. Essaie d'ouvrir les yeux, c'est là l'anomalie, c'est Dieu. Merci papa, merci maman de m'avoir donné la vie. C'est grâce à vous que j'ai connu cet instant. C'est dur.
Quand on lève, c'est pas blanc, mais nous on t'aide. Yo, hey, bon, check. Tous les gars, ça, c'est les rappeurs, puis c'est les fêtes. Yo, man, broke. Quand on lève, mais c'est pas blanc, mais nous on t'aide. Trop check. Si les gars, ça, c'est les rappeurs, puis c'est les fêtes.
Putain de mic, regarde plus combien de fois ici on a reçu. Putain de tata mire, regarde plus combien de fois ici ça fait tellement pitié. Dans mon putain de chien de quartier, ouais, si dans le marché, regarde plus ici ça fait chien, non mais qu'est-ce que tu crois, les gars? Et si ça fait trop pleurer dans mon putain de continent, tu vois qu'ici berceau l'humanité. Aujourd'hui serait le moment dernier. Je comprends pas pourquoi les centaines, pour cela n'ont plus envie de cracher. C'est là, c'est dans les rages, quoi.
Yes, respect.
And after our informal meeting with the artists, which ultimately wound up being just a giant, MC site, we went on into the studio and were interviewed live on Radio Ganywa, which was quite nice, except that we spoke no French.
Chicago Hip Hop Initiative. Il s'appelle Ange 13. Et Urbanized Music avec Amina, Norman Hawkins. Coolout Chris Hawkins.
Alors, naturellement, vous entendez beaucoup d'acclamations, ce sont les rappeurs de Ganywa qui sont là pour apporter également la riposte. Est-ce que vous êtes là, les gars?
Good morning. So, man, this is day what? 6. Day 6?
6?
Is it 5?
5?
We don't know.
5 or 6, one of the two.
They all run into each other. This is the day that we are in Ganywa.
Ganywa. This is day 5.
This is our second day in Ganywa.
This is day 5. Yeah, because it's the 6th.
Okay.
So we left the 1st. Okay. We got him the 2nd.
Okay.
And then 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th. There. That sounds like 4.
Anyway, this is our second day here in Ganywa.
It's hilarious.
We're at the radio station. Again, we were here yesterday.
We're getting ready to conduct a workshop this morning with adults and kids. We got a couple of nice things in store. It should be very interesting. We're going to probably do a real impromptu recording with some of the local artists right now with the workshop. Hopefully we are all pumped up and excited, and we are getting ready for the big concert that's going to be taking place outside somewhere here in Ganywa tonight.
And in one word, each of you ladies describe what last night's event was for you.
Magic.
Monumental.
Hey, they both begin with M.
Because we got to see something happen that probably would have never happened had we not been here.
Sure.
So everybody is here to use each other, not misuse each other. And we can bring a light to anybody's darkness. To anybody's darkness. You can bring the light to anybody's cave. Just don't be afraid to shine.
And yesterday was electrifying for me to have the artists be able to actually get on stage at their local club where they were refused or not allowed to be able to express themselves on the stage. So, Ange 13, the comedian. So with all that being said, love, peace, and hair grease. Peace.
Peace. This is George.
Hello.
George is the sound man. Always be nice to the sound man.
Always.
Always.
Never disrespect
He
the
will
sound
make
man.
or break you.
That's right.
Are you having fun hanging out with us, George?
Oh, sure.
Okay.
Why not? I'm a fan.
Oh,
Thank
good.
you.
Say peace.
Peace.
Yeah.
This is our driver, Ali. Wave hi, Ali, to the people. All right. Best driver in the world. Best driver in the world. He's a man. Peace. All right.
So the Ganywa workshop was awesome. We started the workshop off talking about Chicago hip hop. We had a Q&A. We showed video footage from Millennium Park and some other Chicago hip hop events. And the mayor of Ganywa came to our workshop, which was really nice.
Everybody was just really having a good time.
Yeah, Ganywa kind of turned into a party, didn't it? So we arrived for our first concert in Ganywa, and man, Ganywa came out.
You are singing velvet hip-hop and music forever.
Coincidentally, we found out that Ganywa is very well known for its arts and its artistry and its artists, especially musical artists. So we really were treated to a wide variety of musical talents from the artists in Ganywa.
Yeah.
You love Ganywa? Ganywa is a real country, man.
Original vibrate. Yes, c'est Gonzo. On met fire.
We had our concert on our first night in Dalawa. As soon as we arrived, 10 hip-hop artists walked up to us and said, we want to introduce ourselves to you and welcome you to Dalawa.
Parmi nous ici, je voudrais que vous l'acclamez très fort. Merci également aux artistes américains qui sont venus soutenir le mouvement hip-hop et booster. Big up à vous.
Welcome to Cote d'Ivoire, welcome to Daloa, and we are together as one. Thank you.
Ok, je pense que nous n'avons plus besoin de traduction. I think the same thing, that we don't need to translate anything else. Yeah, thank you. So let's go for the show now.
One of the most amazing parts of that whole night was a presentation that the artists of Dalawa did. They came together and created this song, dedicating it to Haiti. The song was entitled Haiti, and they performed it. And that song was so significant because that was why we were here, to use hip-hop to spread love, and they were doing it, and it was fantastic.
Merci.
Peace to the camera. Peace to the camera. And
chers amis rappeurs, demain à partir de 8h30, rendez-vous à la mairie pour une échange avec nos invités.
You know, we were very well received every place we went. People were gracious, they were welcoming. And I thought that it was really great that we had 2 women and 1 man coming from America, of all places, and of all things representing hip-hop. We were able to set an example of what women in hip-hop look like, how we operate, and the fact that we can come out here and hold it down with the best of them. We made it a point to celebrate the women and say, you know, you got 1 girl, you need more women here.
Yep. I am Kone Mesa, called Muzi Premier. Muzi the first guy who accept here to present all the hip-hop show in Dalwa for free. Because here we have not a lot of means, so we have to help each other. But we're very glad today to have guests like Chicago Hip Hop Initiative, because it's an occasion for us to show to the young people, to show to the hip hop makers that what we're doing is not a joke, it's something serious, and we have discovered that far from what we used to believe, women are very good on stage. Yep, we noticed it last night on the show, and it was very great. I think that now, for all the ladies who were present, will feel interest in hip-hop. And we can ensure you that the next time that you will come here in Dalwa, you will find something greater than what you have already seen.
We were able to talk to the people who were shutting the women out, which obviously were the people that were in the room. We showed them the upsides, but also from an organizational perspective, if you want to move forward, you can't do it without the women.
So right now we are in, where are we in? Korogo? Korogo. We just had breakfast.
At the bar buffet.
The bar buffet. Say good morning to the people, Ange.
Good morning.
All right.
Get on up and start your day. Good morning.
All right.
Took a laptop out, took out a mic. They let the artists kind of get into a groove, know what they want to talk about and what they want to do. I really had no idea what they're saying, but you know, when they're done, I'm just smiling like, yeah.
So after our workshop in Korogo, we went to the television station. Are you speaking?
Slow.
We conducted our interview and we asked the producers when the show was going to air, hoping that we might get a chance to see ourselves on Ivorian television. And we found out that not only was the show live, but they do not tape any of their live broadcasts. And so if it were not for the footage that Chris had on his phone, we probably would have nothing to show for our television interview in Korogo.
You know, it amazed me once I got there because I was really expecting something totally different. And I was just like, wow, you know, I feel like I had stepped from out of Chicago and just like went to a suburb.
They're taking our examples and trying to make it their reality. They are watching.
They're so influenced by Western culture. It really amazed me.
You know, we must remember they're emulating what they see. And that's why I thought it was so great that we were able to bring hip-hop culture to them. We didn't bring them what they see on TV.
I mean, I heard reggae flavor, you know, you heard people that had just different kind of dialects when they were rhyming.
You gave him a form to ask, well, what's not happening here that you would like to happen?
And that's why I thought it was so great that we brought them the graffiti, we brought them the community activism, we brought them the essence of hip-hop.
The littler kids were drawing the cars that they want. There were actual artists there doing scenes and markers of their village.
There were young kids, there were adults, there were older people who attended some of the workshops. Some you could tell they had never done this before. Some of the artists had a little bit of experience, and there were a few who you could really tell were professionals. They had done this many times. We could tell there was significantly less Western influence in music and arts culture here. We were pretty far north. We're very close to the Mali and Burkina Faso border. We had almost spanned the entire length of the country from south to north.
We're on the bus.
All right, let's go check out the
We're gonna rock the spot.
All right.
After a long ass drive.
Urbanize in Abengoro, yeah. I don't think we had one place where there were two women doing much of anything. Maybe Abengoro because there was a girl in the band. There weren't very many women, you know, who were out, and that was one of the things that we did talk a lot about.
Welcome to Ivory Coast. Okay. Ah, yes.
So, can you clap your hand, everybody? Can you clap your hand?
Clap your hand. Clap your hand.
Ah, yeah. Donc, vous comprenez anglais? Donc, on peut parler en anglais alors? Bon, d'accord.
Let's go.
La réconciliation, longtemps convoitée, est à nos frontières, de côté nos rancœurs. Put your hands up, this is real hip-hop, sentiment. And you know we won't stop, we're gonna, dive and get down, we're gonna, to this thing till we die, stop. That's it, let's go.
Les tiroirs, la jeunesse devient délinquant à cause du manque d'emploi. Je pars la moitié de ma vie avec un stylo à la main. Je suis devenu chaud, après tu me gardais la tête. Aujourd'hui, on me demande à
Sweet, interesting, didn't see you there. We are now at our last workshop inside I want to get all these names right. I want to thank you all for coming to every single workshop that we've been on in this tour. You may not understand anything right now, but when we get those subtitles, we'll be straight magnifique. Get up.
Up until this point, each town has had its own flair, and Abengourou was no exception. At the workshop, the Conseil General presented each of us with a special gift to always remind us of the people in Abengourou and to always remind us that we had a home there.
Amina, au nom du président du Conseil Général, et vous nous faites cadeau. Allez-y chez nos frères là-bas avec, gardez-les en souvenir. Et chaque fois que vous verrez ce qu'il y a dedans, vous dites on a des parents de l'autre côté de l'Atlantique. Voilà.
You know, when we got there, 2 weeks seemed like a really long time. And now here it was, back in Abidjan, and this was it. The workshop in Abidjan was hosted by Priska in an area of Abidjan known as Yopougon.
This is a program to discuss how to use hip-hop in a positive way.
I try to do something good, like I work with these girls in their schools. I'm rapper and I say people that if you don't go to school, you don't write a test of rap.
Yes.
We are not in the street. You can't stand up like you want and do a rap test. You have to be intellectual. You have to go to school and you have to see life like an artist, and we have to do something good. Hello, my name is Priska. I'm the first female rapper in Ivory Coast, and I started to do rap music when I was 10 years old, and I have 3 CDs on the market, and I like hip-hop. I can't imagine my life without this music. And in my country, in Ivory Coast, in Cote d'Ivoire, I want to use my name to do something for our generation. So I'm very happy to meet you and to exchange with you, because I think that it is an opportunity and you are an example for us, and we want to be the change, and I want to contaminate my friends to do something good for our community, because if we want something change, we have to be the change. Yeah. Peace. Big up. And I want to sing something for you.
Yes.
Okay. In my mother tongue, can't claim it, tell me. So, Nkante wo si haya mi teso, Nkante wo si haya mi, yakitika ba, musike akwa yekba, ati mignon blanc, tion blanc blanc, ati nyon bien, et du lis-moi, et sous comme moi, et y'a comme moi, et du lis-moi, yakinyon mi, nyom ni du mon outil, je t'en supplie de ce mal focus daily.
Yeah. Hey, I gotta get back into the artist mode. Check it out. Alright, peace. Check it. This is Face to Face, aka the African Warrior. Album coming out soon. I'm here with the Chicago Hip Hop Initiative, and just all love out here. You know, doing our thing. Big up to Abidjan. Come on. Yeah. Face to Face a lot. Well, basically, we're here. We're having a freestyle session right here, and.
What up, we got it boarded on the same plane. A damn shame, these cats ain't playing game. They wanna see the brother chained up, a face full of shame, but I've never ever changed up. I still have the same state of mind. I did my time, but now I must really pay the price. I'm going back to the Ivory Coast, broke as a joke with no money in my pocket. I'm going crazy.
Hip hop forever. We getting together for bigger things. We're killing all negativities and bringing positivity back up on the scene.
We had a lot of fun in Abidjan. The workshop was awesome. After that, we packed it on up and got ready for the final concert.
Chicago Hip Hop Initiative, Urbanized Music, Ange 13. Last show for the night. One love. Peace.
So Ange, any words for America?
Oh, hi America. Didn't see you there. This is my last real night of working, and I just want to say thank you, United States government, for paying for me to come out here and share what I know about hip-hop.
So we're here at the final concert for this 2-week trip that we've spent here in Cote d'Ivoire. We've been to Abidjan, Aboisseau, Gagnoa, Daloa.
And I'd like to thank Africa for welcoming me in with open arms and allowing me not to get malaria.
Korogo, Ferguson, Dogu, and I think that's it.
Aboisseau.
And Aboisseau. Did I say Aboisseau? So it's been a fantastic trip.
And I would like to thank the Hip Hop Initiative for making me a part of something as spectacular as this.
We're here. This is the last show. We're going to rock it. Myself, Amina, Coolout Chris, Ange 13, Chicago Hip Hop Initiative is definitely in the building.
I'm glad I jumped at the opportunity. And Concrete Jungle will be a whole lot different. But I think I have a better grasp on how to deal with it and live there as opposed to just surviving there. So, beyond the
It's been a phenomenal trip. We've had some wonderful exchanges with the local artists, and we just want to keep it moving forward from here, all right?
You know what? The single best thing about the trip is that we were to go there to create change, and I think ultimately I got changed. There was a saying that somebody told us out there that you think your mother's soup is the best soup until you taste somebody else's, and I had more than my share. I take everything into perspective now, and I think that was probably the biggest thing that changed me.
Before I left, I was so discouraged about Chicago hip hop and just hip hop in general in the States because there's so many barriers we put on each other in the music. I'm so glad we don't put these real same barriers in the culture on each other. And just going out there to be around people who appreciated what was being done. Now I'm thankful every single day. Thank you for letting me wake up today.
I would say being able to connect with Ivorian artists, like grassroots, underground, hip hop artists, being able to help create the Chicago Hip Hop Sister City so that we feel like we now are connected somehow with these brothers and sisters over there, and also watching them start the Cote d'Ivoire Hip Hop Initiative.
Because we brought a lot, but we learned so much more, and we're taking it back to Chicago so that we can let them know that hip hop is alive in Cote d'Ivoire. So give it up one more time.
On est tous bornés, après les tonnes de bonnes pensées. Je vais à l'école de le bac des antipodes de préjugés à mon égard que je offre le flotte le long cheveu. Ouvre la porte de ton esprit, ouvre les yeux, regarde ici. Y'a pas que la drogue, puis les gars qui la font, puis les gars qui la smoke. Qui portent des vestes et des flottes, qui portent des tresses et des locks, qui portent des lecs et des locks. Qui offrent pour le positif et non pas pour les torts et les consciences. Et quand c'est le nom et les gens qui consomment que le rap pour les cons et les gospions. Je réponds à ces questions les titres de mes chansons. On ne pisse les gars cons, passe la radio. La musique à la coque, on l'air idiot. Le vrai son c'est Emilio Rora, c'est le Rough Riders. Quand la Chris, little rap, vera que hip hop forever, yes I can. C'est pour le vrai, c'est le rêve, le mec est dégueu, le belle meuf. Respecte le hip hop, respecte le plus top. Pour toi est un big pop, je me nomme un enveloppe, quand je passe, je me nomme le hip hop. C'est un big up à tous les gars qui la pratiquent, c'est un enveloppe. Si ça t'affecte, c'est un enveloppe pour le faire bien, pour le faire, hey. Avec ton âme, malgré que le gars.